Okay, welcome everybody. This is going to be the recap for this week's live chat room ending on April 23rd of 2021. Our lesson today is going to be attitude and success. How does attitude affect your success? And I have noticed a trend. I want to talk a little bit about that because I think it's real important. It's one thing we don't think about. We're always thinking about just give me the best tool and I'm going to make a ton of money, or give me the best method, the best system, I'm going to make a ton of money. And it just, honestly, it doesn't work that way. And anybody tells you it does, he's not a trader or they're lying to you. So that's reality, but we'll get into that a little bit. But before we do, first let's look at our stats for the week and see how we did. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at our naked stats for the week. Naked stats, once again, what this means is that as the setups are plotted, they give buy and sell signals. If you were to blindly take those buy and sell signals without considering anything else or any other additional filters that we look at, these would be the results on a percentage basis. Okay, the number of trades as well as the accuracy of the particular setup. This right now is only looking at PAP setups for the week, only in the Euro US. In the live chat room, they are plotted for you so you can see and keep track of these stats yourself, which we recommend because this gives us a lot of information about the particular strength or weakness of a particular pair. So once again, that is part of the core package. Don't want to get into that right now. What we're looking at is just the naked stats, no filtration whatsoever. So you can see out of the gate, we are going to put the percentages or the odds in your favor of having a successful trade. But you as a trader are responsible for whether you can make that work for you or not. Okay, it's always going to get down to the individual trader. It's never the program, it's never the method. Now, some methods are better than others. Some just don't work. And yes, no matter how hard you try, they're just not going to work for you. But this is a method that has proven itself for many, many years. It's going to continue to hold up as well as it's held up in the past. I'm very confident of that. And so this is going to put the odds in your favor without any additional filtration. Okay, so that being said, you can see just for the Euro US this week, I had in the mornings, I had a 75% winning streak with in the nights 70%. This is right where I expect it. So out of the gate, between the three, you have what, 72, 73% probability of being successful when you take a particular setup. Okay, once again, you're not taking every setup. All right, we're going to filter that out. We're not taking every single one. But if we did, that would be the winning percentages. Okay, don't get caught up too much on these percentages. Okay, they're important, but they're not everything when it comes to trading. First trade out of the gate, once again, strictly a naked setup. Whatever the first naked setup was for the Euro, that's the one I was taking. This is the accuracy of that. 80% in the evening, 80% in the day. Basically, out of the days that we traded, only one was a loser in the morning, one was a loser in the evening. Still, once again, very strong out of the gate. Very first trade out of the gate has and seems to will continue to be a very strong setup for all of these pairs. So why is that? Because typically in the morning it's a really good time to trade, and you see that in the first trade of the day stats. So that doesn't mean that you assume that you can come in and trade just once a day. It doesn't work that way. All right, but if you were a morning person, that is typically the time you want to hit your objective first thing in the morning, and then you can take the rest of the day off and come in the evening and trade, or just have your objective met first thing in the morning, then you're done for the day. That is really the better way to trade. All right, let's look at CB trades. Once again, CB trades are going to be based off of just trading the Euro US. That's it, nothing more. So not a bad week, not the strongest week I've had, but still a decent week overall with one losing day on Tuesday. But, you know, it's like anything else. It depends how much you trade, how much you're willing to spend, and your objective and how aggressive you get. I know I got a little bit aggressive on Tuesday. I was up first thing in the morning, but I got a little bit too aggressive, ended up down for the day, but that's just the way it is, all right? So, always going to be the trader. It's not going to be the method. So, there are many that made money on Tuesday. There are many of my students that made money every single day, all right? It just depends on how aggressive you are and what your objective is, all right? And sometimes we hit an objective and we try to push it a little bit too far, and sometimes that works out great and sometimes it doesn't, but don't get caught up in that because this is a long-term game, folks. We're not in here to look at our trades and say, okay, I had a bad day. That means I'm done with my career. You've got to look at this long-term, all right? So that's going to get us into attitude and success. So let's talk a little bit about attitude and success. And this is something that I notice a lot. I can usually tell when somebody joins us whether they're going to be successful or not by their attitude, okay? A lot of people come in, they're very skeptical. Maybe they have been burnt in the past, but they just honestly, deep down inside, they don't believe that you can be successful trading. And you know what? They are absolutely right. They will never be successful trading, okay? So much of this is your belief. Now, part of it is having the right tools, okay? Obviously, you want to have tools that you can believe in. The tools that I provide, you can believe in once you understand how they work and how they set up, all right? Then you can go back as far as you want. You can check and see if they hold up, okay? That gives you confidence. So once you have a tool that you know is going to hold up and is continued to put the odds in your favor, then it's up to you as an individual to make it work. It's not the tool. The tool is not going to make you money, folks. It's you as a trader that's going to make you money. If you think somebody's going to give you a tool and all of a sudden you're going to be able to just start making money, you're kidding yourself, all right? It's just not going to work that way. You have to learn how to take that tool and become a good trader with it. So, attitude. Do you believe in what you're doing? Do you believe in the method? When you take a loss, do you get so blown out of shape thinking, oh God, I'm going to throw in the towel? Do you start looking to put on other filters so you don't have a loss again? What is your attitude? Or do you just say, you know what, I did everything right, I had a loss, and I'm back in the game on the next trade? Most people can't take it after 2 losses. They stop trading and they lose. They give up all the winning trades, and then they get into this vicious cycle, popping in and taking losses, missing all the winners, popping in again, taking all the losses, then they see the winners go by, they jump back in, and it's just a repetitive cycle, okay? Or you get the people that are super skeptical. They're always looking for something that's wrong, always looking, nitpicking on every little thing, okay? Those kind of traders will never make money either because they're looking for perfection. And perfection in this business doesn't exist, just like perfection in life doesn't exist. Where in life are you 100%? Okay, where in you in life are you 100%? So why do you think you're going to be 100% when you're trading? All right, losses. Okay, we think of losses as basically expenses. This is a business, folks. So you have income and you have expenses. Okay, no business gets started. You cannot start a business without expenses. So when you have a loss, instead of thinking, oh, it's a loss, I did something wrong, or whatever, or the system failed me, you have to accept the fact it's going to have losses, okay, which is basically expenses. So try to reframe the way you think about losses as expensive. You're in a business here. You're going to have income. You're going to have losses. The idea is we want to have more income than we have on losses. And anybody that's had a business on their own or an entrepreneur, they understand this. That's why people typically that are self-employed do very well in trading, because they understand the whole concept of income and expenses, okay? It's part of business, all right? So losses don't mean that it's the end of the world. Doesn't mean your system's falling apart. It doesn't mean you try to tweak it. That's the other thing. People start having 2 or 3 losses, and what do you know? They're trying to throw in some sort of moving average or whatever junk they want to put on top of it. They think it's going to make it better, and this just doesn't make a lot of sense. You've heard me talk about that before. So attitude, come in believing that you're going to be successful. If you have a loss, you come in with the attitude that losing is not an option, all right? Losing is not an option. You have to believe in yourself. Whatever you believe in will be your outcome. If you think that you can't make money, you're not going to make money. If you think after you have a couple losses, it's just going to continue that way, then that's probably what's going to happen. I'm telling you, so much of this is about your attitude. I've seen people change. I've seen people come to my chat room where they were skeptical, and then all of a sudden they start having success. Then they start doubting themselves, and then they start losing, and then they get that attitude back where, no, I'm going to make this work, and all of a sudden they're making money again. So much of it is going to be attitude. I see two people take the exact same trade, the exact same setup. I see one loses money, and I see the other one made money. Why? Why would one person make money and another person lose money, and they're trading the same setup? Why is that? Okay, it's because of their attitude. Okay, as soon as it goes against them a little bit, they're afraid, they're nervous, they're getting out, they're thinking it's going to be another loss. They just had a loss. Instead of following the program, instead of following and knowing what your odds are, okay, by holding it a little bit longer and so forth. So attitude is a big part of this. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what is your attitude? Do you have a positive attitude about life, or do you have a negative attitude? Are you nitpicking on every little trade, thinking that, God, I can't take a loss here, and and why did I lose? Are you nitpicking every little thing? If you are, you're never going to be successful, folks. It's just like the professional football player. We've talked about this before. He goes out and throws some interceptions. Does he give up his career because he just threw 2 interceptions in a game and they lost the game because he threw 2 interceptions? I mean, come on, really. That's what life is all about. You're going to have wins, you're going to have losses, okay? So attitude. So do what you can to improve your attitude. So one of the things I'm going to be putting out is I'm putting out a subliminal tape. And I've been talking about this, and I'm within probably a few days of wrapping this thing up. And this subliminal tape is hopefully going to help put your mindset in a better frame, okay? You've got to reframe the way you look at things. You have to believe in what you're doing. And hopefully this subliminal tape will get people on the right track subconsciously, bringing that into the conscious, okay, to where you have a much better attitude about your trading, okay? And if you have a better attitude about trading, you will start to see more success in your trading. And just ask anybody that's been through it, and they will tell you the same thing. Ask any successful trader, how important is my attitude towards trading? And you will see they have that failure is not an option, okay? They believe they're going to continue to be successful. Yes, they have losses. Nobody likes, quote, having expenses in a business, but it does happen, right? But they don't give up. They believe in themselves, and they know they will be a success, and those are the people that will be a success, all right? Trading is not an easy game. Nobody says, no, well, people tell you it is. They're lying to you because they're not trading themselves. But when you comes to trading is not an easy game, but it's a very rewarding game. It's a very rewarding career if you put the time and the effort to learn it and do it right. And part of that is just getting your head straight on the way that you look at everything. All right. So that's the way it is. Get your attitude straight. Now, if you're interested in the subliminal tape that I'm putting out, I will offer it to everybody for free. You just got to let me know you want a copy. If you're on my mailing list already, you'll get notified that it's available. If you're an existing subscriber, you will be notified that it is available. If you're not, and you're just watching my YouTube and you're interested in that, shoot me an email. Go to binaryprostrategies.com. Let me know you're interested in the free subliminals. As soon as it comes out, send you a link. You can download it and listen to it as much as you like. All right? So with that said, that's going to be it for the week. I'm going to do the Euro US one more week. All right? And then next week, I'm moving over to the Aussie US. All right? And we're going to try to trade the Aussie US for a couple weeks and go from there. And then the worst of all, the pound US, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. We may give that a shot. If you can make money in the pound US, you're doing very good. We'll probably jump into that. It's one I don't trade a lot, to be honest with you. So my three are always the Aussie and the Euro and the US yen. So we may do the pound US for a couple weeks, but as of this week, we're going to do the Euro US one more week, and then we'll go over to the Aussie US and do that for a couple weeks. Real important, too, when you start off trading, you don't need to be trading too many pairs. If you're trading more than one pair, it's probably a big mistake if you're not an experienced trader. You can make plenty of money just trading the Euro US, and it's so important you understand its personality, because the Euro US acts a little bit differently than the Aussie, and it acts differently than the pound, and it acts differently from the yen, right? You're thinking about doing this long term, you've got to put the time and the effort, which means screen time, folks. You've got to watch how the Euro US moves, how it acts. What is its movement like? Is it acting normally or is it not? Is this a good time to be trading a particular pattern or not a good time to be trading a particular pattern? We do go through all that in the core course, but if you're not getting the class, if you're not getting the core course, at least focus on one pair. Whatever you do, focus on one pair. Get to know its personality. That alone is going to help your trading success tremendously. Stick with one pair. So that's the game plan for this week. I hope everybody have a great trading week. Once again, if you're interested in getting on our mailing list, go to binaryprostrategies.com. Let us know. We'll get you on the mailing list. If you're interested in the free subliminal tape that's coming out, let us know that as well. As always, please give us a thumbs up. Let us know you like. Put us on your notification. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified as soon as we have new videos coming out. Everybody have a great trading week. And once again, always available for questions. Just go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. Be glad to answer your questions. Besides that, everybody have a great trading week. And we will see you next week on our next recap. Take care.